When I was in college, I was heavily involved in student government at UMass. I was an elected member of the student government, and back in 1991, that was the heyday of the Persian Gulf War. President Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush was president, and those student government meetings on Wednesday nights got pretty riled up. But we used to always go out afterwards, very congenial. We used to go out and have some drinks afterwards, and you left the politics behind, and everybody afterwards kind of got together, and we went to the top of the hub or an establishment on campus, and we forgot all about the partisanship, and it was just a good time. And I think we're kind of missing that in today's day and era. It's become so jaded, politics have become so edgy and partisan that hey, there's good people in both parties, there's great leaders from both parties, and people can't forget, in the end, we're all Americans. So as our motto says outside, it's where the left meets the right. So, that was my original idea, but more currently, I wanted to bring something different to Worcester. Worcester's never really had a political bar. There's been Ann Rhymes down in Boston. There was the Erie pub that Ronald Reagan visited when he came to Boston on St. Patrick's Day. But Worcester's never really had
21st Amendment, is that considered a political pub? I mean,
the 21st Amendment is based on the 21st Amendment, but it's a political bar in Boston as well, I think to a lesser extent, but it's political by virtue of being located next to Beacon Hill. So it's kind of become a political bar.
It says some rather interesting things happen there.
Absolutely,
hopefully
very
nobody will leave a big pile of money here.
But let me just say, I believe in this area. I bought this property over 10 years ago. I own the property. I believe in the revitalization of the Canal District. I worked hard when I was in the state Senate to fund the first grant, to actually study opening up the grant. I've worked close with Bob Lodges and other activists down here, and I believe in the canal. I believe in Worcester, and I wanted to bring something different to Worcester, and I think this is really different. My hope is that this becomes a destination stop for people that are politically motivated and politically involved. So if they're here in Worcester at a Republican or a Democratic convention, they decide to come over and look at the story of Worcester politics. Everything's always focused on Boston, but we've had some great cast of characters over the years come from Worcester County. We've had different legislative leaders, we've had people in leadership, and this kind of tells the story of Worcester County politics along with state and national. So it's been a long-held goal of mine. I always thought about this since I was in college, as I mentioned, but I wanted to do something different and unique, and I thought this would be very different. Nothing against sports bars and Irish bars, but they're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. So this is a completely different theme, and I think it's going to be good for the Canal District, and I think it's going to be great for Worcester County, and I think people can come here and enjoy politics, but just also enjoy other people's company.
You think you can get any presidents to come here and visit?
Well, let's see. We're going to get them in Worcester first, but I'm pretty confident if we can get them to Worcester, we can get them here.
Get them here?
So it might be a Jim McGovern, Guy Glodis 1-2 punch. Jim's had good luck getting presidents here in Worcester. He's done it on several occasions.
You think you can get President Trump here in Worcester?
I don't know if he'll be able to get Donald Trump here, but Trump might come to Worcester. He's come here once before already. So anybody obviously on the national, and Governor Baker's expressed an interest to come by, and so has Mayor Marty Walsh, who's been very helpful with the Moakley sign and with some other things. Marty and I were elected together in the House of Representatives back in 1996. We've been friends for a very long time, and he's asked if he can come out and look at the place. So hopefully this helps put not only the Worcester, but the Canal District on the radar screen.
And, a lot of times they talk about keep politics out of relationships, keep politics out of discussion. You want politics to come in the door here, right?
Politics is my DNA. It's in my blood. I've never had a conversation without it somehow coming back to politics. So we're going to violate that. There might not be a lot of religion discussed here, but there'll be a lot of politics discussed.
All right.